Hi, everyone. We're here for a quick chat on some very interesting breaking news related to air pollution. So let's dive right into yesterday's major announcement regarding chemical production across the United States. Chemical plants nationwide will be in for some changes to their operations, with the Environmental Protection Agency announcing Tuesday that air pollution their facilities release must be drastically reduced. Emissions from ethylene oxide and chloroprene were highlighted as part of the new regulation announcement. Other air toxics, including benzene, ethylene dichloride, and vinyl chloride, have been similarly highlighted for reduction. Ethylene oxide is widely used to sterilize medical equipment, as well as the production of ethylene glycol, used to produce antifreeze in car engines. So, joining us today to talk about all of this is Julia Roth, our Air Services Director. Welcome, Julia.
Hey, Leanne. Thanks, and great intro. Great summary of the new rule.
It's great to have you. So, give us some context here. What is the big news?
Yeah, so yesterday it was announced that Michael S. Reagan, EPA administrator, signed the final rule to strengthen standards for synthetic organic chemical plants and polymers and resin plants. So we're going to go ahead and drop a link to the final rule that covers everything, but we're going to cover the highlights in this conversation.
Very interesting. So, we want to verify the difference between reduction and whole scale elimination. Can you speak to this, and how long is the transition period being provided?
Yeah, so the EPA is looking to cut emissions. So the EPA projects that cutting emissions of these chemicals will lead to reduction of risks in developing cancer from breathing these air toxics at roughly 200 plants, predominantly located along the Gulf Coast, that make synthetic organic chemicals and several polymers and resins that have been shown to have residents suffering at higher rates of cancer. So there are also facilities in Ohio, West Virginia, and other parts of the country. However, it's mainly focused in the Gulf Coast.
Wow. So, was there any particular turn of events that led to this announcement and the timeline they've introduced?
Yeah, so most recently, St. John the Baptist Parish, Louisiana, was referenced as Cancer Alley because of the cancer rates exceeding 800 times the national average. However, this has been building for a long time. The EPA and even many state governments have been working to reduce ethylene oxide emissions. SGS has been supporting these efforts for years across many states. But we know it's a carcinogen, and regulation is finally being put into place to help limit it and protect human health.
Interesting. So, can you speak a little bit more to the trends that might have led to this?
Yeah, so environmental justice has been a really hot topic for years. We've been supporting, and the EPA has put out funding sources for a number of different projects. This is continued regulation to help reduce our issues related with environmental justice. So, looking to end or reduce cancer and safeguarding vulnerable communities from the overburden of pollution.
Yeah, and environmental justice is such a big topic, especially for us at SGS too. So, what
Yeah.
are some of the challenges of implementing these changes in a timely manner?
Yeah, so this is something that luckily SGS is actually quite knowledgeable as the leader in testing, inspection, and verification. So getting these new technologies and practices to reduce emissions in place. Facilities will have to look at new monitoring plans, sampling routines, and reporting properly at facilities that aren't currently meeting this final rule. So it'll definitely be a challenge to get it implemented, all of that implemented in a timely manner. But we've been supporting these efforts as regulation gets more stringent for years, so we're here to help.
For sure, there's always new innovations across the network and so much going on to support this kind of work. But Julia, I wanted to thank you for this quick chat and thank you for your expert insights on this developing situation. If you'd like to know more about this issue, you can visit our website or reach out to one of our air services experts directly. And please stay tuned for more breaking news updates with our technical SGS experts. So thanks, Julia.
Thanks, Leanne.